Hi viewers, welcome to Eternity is Imminent channel. Kindly watch to the end as we bring you godly sermons and prayers that will change your life forever.
There are some of you, because of the kind of wealth that God is going to be committing to you, the nature of your training will almost frustrate you. You will find out that you are wealthy, you are earning a salary of 200,000, and God can say so everything. You know why? Because compared to what is coming in the future, what you are saving is nonsense. God is using what you have to keep training you. Lord, what is this now? You told me to sow 200,000, and then my arrears just came. You are saying sow it again. It does not make sense. It will make sense when $1 billion come. That training will make sense when you become a captain over conglomerates, and God will say, so for this mission field you have been trained already. Listen now. God is training you to be a prophet, and in the process of knowing him, he will allow you to make certain mistakes deliberately. You will stand in the midst of people and say, who is John here? And there is nobody who is John. And truly you believe that you had that name John. It will sting your ego so that pride will die. The day that prophetic grace begins to work, you are no longer conscious of your reputation. Your awareness of obedience is greater than your validation. Can I tell you the truth? Treasure your scars. They will be the anchors for your remaining in the future. Treasure your scars. When we get to heaven today, there is only one person who has the scar that is branded, that calls him the Christ. You will not know Jesus just by the crown on his head. Look at the hands of everybody and their feet. There is only one who has that unique scar. Your scar can give you a place in destiny. What you are ashamed of today will become your crown tomorrow. Yes, sir. I hope God is speaking to someone tonight. Listen, most times when people come to me, you know, I love people, and when they come sincerely, the first thing they want to do is to receive anointing, and they kneel down and say, I ask them, what do you want? Some of you, 4 times the 4. Now that's how many portion now? Double portion is 2, double portion now, that's quadruple portion 4. And I look at them with love and compassion and mercy. Is this how you want to destroy yourself? Double portion. Elisha asked for double portion. He did not know what he asked for. Look at how he died. Elijah did not die. Elijah went to heaven. But the one who asked for double portion did not master the law of life. Look at how he died. Sickness kept following him because it was dominion over death that took Elijah to heaven. And Elisha asked for double portion. He did not know the attack that was looking for him. He died of sickness. The Bible tells us what killed him. So for those who have been crying for 3 times the anointing of Elisha, show me the books you are reading. Show me the experience you are having with God. I want to walk in the healing anointing. Go and read about healing evangelists. Most of them did not live more than 80 years. Are we together? Because you see, the core area of your anointing is where Satan attacks. He sends spirits to make you a victim of your call. This is how Satan works. If your call is unto healing and the rest, you must master living in health and the administration of the life of God. If your call is to bring people towards holiness and righteousness, you must master the art of circumventing Delilah. There are people who follow certain anointings, spirits. Is God giving us intelligence? Listen, let me tell you, by the privilege of God's grace, I've had the honor of being with many fathers of faith in this nation, and when I have the privilege of talking with them, more than the things they are saying, I am observing. I can tell you that they have such a deep experience with God, deeper than most people know. What we do on stage only accounts for 30% of ministry. I hope you know that. A major part of your life must be behind the veil. That is what strengthens what you do in the presence of people here. I've had the honor of meeting very wealthy people, multi-millionaires in all kinds of currencies, and when I sit with them, especially some of them who are very, very wealthy and love God, my goodness, the level of consecration, some of the rules that God had to create in their own lives, you would think God were too strict, but that is exactly what kept them and is still keeping them. When you begin to walk with God, when you learn doctrine and you rise to a particular point, listen to me, let me tell you what God begins to do. God will begin to introduce unique rules based on the vulnerabilities he sees in your life. If he studies you and finds out that, look, it looks like your weakness is women, for instance, God is going to put a unique rule in your life that applies to only you, in a way that if somebody looks at you, he will say, "Kai, but God, this is unfair." God knows what he's stopping. And once you walk with that mold, you will find out that you will circumvent that weakness and you'll be able to be great. There are others, your weakness, you are a man of God. Even if a lady walks naked in front of you, it does not affect you. But if you see an envelope, even if you are passing and you see an envelope on the ground, you must pick it and check what is inside. Watch this. I know you are laughing, but pay attention. Are we together? Are we together? So God knows when the devil wants to destroy you, he can bring enemies in the name of members for only 1 year who are millionaires but carry within them the spirit of your destruction. If you have not gone through the school of the spirit that has purged you and broken you to a point where you lose an appetite for those things, so God can give you rules like you will not have more than 4 cars at any point in your life. Your wife will say, "What kind of a husband are you? They gave us 10 cars, you gave away 6. Why?" And you say, "I have a covenant with God. God told me I will, at any given point, I will only have 4 cars." It is not a doctrine, it is a training. God has vetted you in the spirit and have found out that if you have more than that, that is the gauge of your discipline. If it crosses that, it can do something to you. Is someone learning? There are people, no matter how they fast and pray, they will not be able to pack a stadium to talk to the people. The reason is because what will happen to you after that meeting, because of your low level of prayer, your low level of consecration, God will have to respect the allowance you have given him in your life. He will not expose you to battles that are beyond your level of spiritual preparation. Is this making sense to you? So the higher you want to rise, that's what I'm trying to say, you must have a deep and a rich experience with God. There are levels when you get to with God, it no longer becomes an emotional dealing, it is a covenant. There are certain things when you do with God, God will bring a sworn blessing upon you. Because you have gone this far, I swear by my name that in Enugu state you will never beg for bread again to your children's children. You see, when you see people come with certain transgenerational blessings, they didn't come just by dancing around and say God sent. It was an experience with God.